I just cool with everybody, and that in the earlies was a problem.
Oh yeah? She was talking to she ex.
Just talking.
Transitioning into parenthood, boy, that was tough. I actually think that challenge brought us closer together.
The only thing I could think of is he had this obstacle, my attitude.
Remember I told you earlier to get this and go up the road? Make sure and pick up Patience on the way home. Patience asking for the short drive.
You know,
on that device,
it's just so rare that the girl is the bad one.
no, that's always how this be.
No.
Really and truly, and honestly, what we doing here? Because that not making sense to me.
What a question. I plead the fifth.
I told you we get down to the real. What is the hardest thing your relationship has ever had to overcome, and how did you?
What a question.
I mean,
You want me talking?
yeah.
Alright, so I think this count? Does this count?
When we weren't together.
Yeah, it count?
Yeah, it was hard.
So this is just in the early stages of the relationship where we were really kind of figuring out what we were, and we had a little discussion that we were going to be exclusive, and then probably like a month or two after I found out she was still talking to one of her ex now. Don't hide your face, girly. Yeah. So
you know,
on that device,
it's just so rare that the girl is the bad one.
no, that's always how this be.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like we shouldn't tell the story. Like,
Why?
because I'm a good girl. I need people to.
Oh yeah? She was talking to she ex.
Just talking. Just talking.
So let's say.
Just talking. I swear it's
But on that vibes, you know, there's a total disrespect. So I was like, girl,
was
I
bad.
good, you know. And she begged me, she said, oh gosh, give me another chance and whatever. I wasn't really feeling it, but you know, we were friends for a good while, so I said, you know, I'll try it, let me see what's going on. And
then I got pregnant.
no, there was another incident
No.
after that incident. Still chatting up. And I was like, yeah, well, nah, I fully good here now because you get your one chance and you're still doing mad thing. But then she asked for another chance. I was like, you know what?
Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more of the core couples.
We good like that.
I
And I gave her another chance and she hasn't fumbled since. You know, but that was really hard to work through because, as I said, we were just kind of developing what we were. So you know how it is these days. Like, if it's too much stress, then over's that now. So it was hard to kind of find back a reason to go through all of that.
It was. I just want to make a disclaimer. I'm not a bad person.
Just do bad things, eh?
no. Like I said, it was just talking, which is wrong, yes. But I was just. I'll get real for a little bit.
Yeah, tell the truth.
We had just both come out of very serious relationships. He was with his ex for like 7 years, like living together, all these things. I was with mine for like 4.5 years. And we went straight into something, and it was just supposed to be, you know, be wrong. And then it turned into lots of feelings. And I don't think I fully was over my trauma from my ex or my relationship, and I was just in a weird place. Like I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses, but it wasn't just like oh my god, I was just doing shit and taking him for idiot. Like it wasn't that. It was a really
Don't give it a label.
No, it was a transition. I was going through a weird phase, and I also wasn't 100% sure about us yet, and I felt as though I needed to have somebody to fall back on, which that was a personal thing. I don't feel like that anymore. I don't feel like I need to have a man to rely on if I, you know. So that was what that was. But now I can't imagine like even having any kind of conversation with somebody else. Like this is where I am at and want to be for the rest of my life. So
Good save.
How did you overcome that?
yeah.
Communication, one or two like little special things to make up, like dates and you know that kind of thing.
I also got pregnant very soon after.
But
But it's true.
Is how we get through it.
It's not how we got through it, but we kind of we not forced, but we had to be in each other live. So I think it put a little bit more pressure on trying to fix it. So it was a lot of communication and a lot of trying to trust. Well, him being able to trust me again and me proving myself that he could trust me. So it's just communication is so important, like in any kind of relationship. As I could say that for sure.
You could answer.
Me?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. If you want. Man, I'll say you don't answer. I plead the fifth.
So, just like in the earlies of our relationships, like a lot of things happen with like outside elements, both sides, and then I think it like us omitting information in the earlies and then like it coming back up, like it's resurfacing later down. That was a kind of road bump. But once we were honest and we just kind of cleared the air and we thought a lot about it, you know, we kind of got over it. But that was, again, years ago. Like, as of recent, I can't even, probably when he do flush the toilet after he shit or some shit like that. Like, as of recent, yeah.
The arguments as of recent would be like over a minor shit, but nothing too serious now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think just like figuring out each other's like boundaries and
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people would say that I am very friendly. I just cool with everybody. And that in the earlies was a problem. Yeah, we definitely had to learn like each other's boundaries. More so me having to learn her boundaries. And what is considered disrespect. And
or
what
just
is
like
not.
leaving the door open, you know?
Yeah. How we overcome it was by just communicating with each other. I mean, we were down bad in terms of like arguing at first about that certain scenario. But after a while, we kind of just, take a step back.
Like realize what's important, who's important, like who should come first in terms of respect, for sure.
And we just talked about it and that's how we overcome it. I think a lot of relationships, the way you overcome a lot of things is by communicating. That's number one.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more of the core couples.
For me personally, you want to go about?
Nah, you go first.
For me personally, boy, was transitioning into parenthood, boy. That was tough because that happened during COVID-1. So it had a lot adapting to do. You know, we are accustomed to having the luxury of being able to buy food and whatever and go out and those kind of things. But this happened at that time also where we just got married now. Like, we ain't really had much time, going out, doing different things. So now we had I don't want to say stress or burden, but the challenge of becoming parents while in a pandemic. Everything closed, you can't really go nowhere. I had to miraculously learn how to cook every day. But I actually think that challenge brought us closer together. It kind of revealed the vulnerable side of ourselves. It forced us to be more honest, and it definitely brought us closer now, even till this day. That togetherness we have from back then, that level of collaboration, that stuck with us going forward now, boys. So I'm actually glad it happened.
Not fun, yeah. Yeah. It also taught us, like, during COVID, we didn't have the luxury of having all our support system come over because there's a baby, you can't have any and everybody come in your house. So, I mean, yes, I had experience taking care of, like, my little brother, but this is my own.
Boy, I have no younger siblings. They know nothing more babies.
Yeah, I had to teach him everything.
Yeah, I didn't know anything.
But, yeah, so it was really, really tough. I still had my parents, but like when everybody went out to work, it was just me home with the baby.
Yeah.
So Zari was born November. Everybody went out to work in January. And that first day when the house was just empty and quiet, I was there with her and I was like, what the hell am I going to do with you? Well, we ended up like FaceTiming him the majority to the day and stuff. And it worked out. It was real tough.
I think when you truly love somebody, or when you decide that you're gonna give yourself to a relationship, one of the hardest things you have to do is change plenty things about yourself, learn plenty things about yourself. And at some point I feel like you will wake up and feel like you're not the same, or like you're doing all these things to become, like, I guess what your partner needs or something for them. And like, what I think helped me overcome that particular feeling in my relationship is realizing that I'm not doing that for him. Like, I'm not becoming Kyle's girlfriend, I becoming a better version of myself. And that kind of helps me to want to make moves, to want to change, to want to be better. And it has been real hard when you wake up in the morning and be like, dog, all I doing is changing, all I doing is like becoming different, and your friends and your family telling you different. And it's like, it's not that I like different in a bad way. It's just that like I am no longer the person that you used to know, because me being in this position in life has made me better, or made me want to be better rather.
Get your own answers now, that's my answer.
Well, I say it first, so.
I think, well, I would word it a little differently. The hardest thing in the relationship is it have a little point that has come to where usually when you come across something that you can't deal with, you just be like, all right, well, I can't deal with this. I might need to find somebody that I could deal with this, or don't have this same problem. But you reach a point in your relationship where you say, hey, I learning to deal with this. I'm not going to leave, I'm not going to go somewhere else. I learning to deal with this. Me and you, we could get past this. This problem that I thought was a deal breaker for me, we can work past that. That's not an issue here. We can figure it out. See that point there, because you had to battle yourself. You're not fighting the person, you're not fighting anybody else. You're fighting with you and what your belief is. And if you change that, then you get there. But to do that, you had to fight hard. That's a real hard fight. I think that's the hardest part, I think.
What would have been like that kind of situation?
Huh.
I could give you my most recent one. What I've learned about men and women is that when women are upset, they like to talk. They like to figure out what's wrong, because you're saying to yourself like, what I do, or I telling you where you, and I want you to understand me. And I don't know if there are times that could work, and there are times that it can't work. And ladies, I'm giving you this tip from my own personal experience. Sometimes it's just to leave it alone until it can be dealt with, if not immediately. Because while we like to talk and figure it out, men like to feel and like let it happen naturally. So whereas like I will come and say, but you do this, or did I do this? And like you're going back and forth whole time, you're watching, you like, I'm not even here with you, you know. Like I'm not here with you. And like you have to let him feel that. You like have to let him go through those motions to come back to it, because chances are he not gonna feel so a week from now and call you and be like, oh boy, you know, I didn't mean it, girl. And that's how that is go. So yeah.
Well, in my situation, like all my life I was thinking about it, like my wife going and have this, or not going and have this, or my wife going to think this way. And when I come across a difference with her, I was like, what? So I really not gonna deal with this, boy. We not gonna see eye to eye on this. Like, so really and truly, and honestly, what we doing here? Because that not making sense to me. How you want pineapple on this pizza? Like that not doing, no. A pizza does not have to have pine on it. It could be bland, dog. Like that don't mesh. Them two things don't work. I think and that's really was one of the most difficult things, because in my mind, I was always saying, nah, well, me and my wife got like the same things. We gonna be the same person. But nah, she like pineapple and she pizza.
Honestly, it's learning to let your partner be themselves, or be something different than you.
But really and truly, how you just put ketchup on a pillow? Like that don't make no sense, dog.
And if you're not putting ketchup on your pasta, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. I said so. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. What do you mean?
Say that in big now.
What do you mean?
Not ketchup on a pillow.
Ketchup on pillow, ketchup on pasta. What's put ketchup on again? Ketchup on pizza.
Too much.
If he had do the ketchup on the plate, and apparently he was trying to find places that is do the like chocolate plate writing kind of, and it was gonna be like a will you be my girlfriend, yes or no kind of vibes. Nowhere had it.
A place asked me if I wanted it in ketchup. I said, boy.
I'll say yes, for sure.
For sure.
That's what I said.
That don't even make sense, boy.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more of the core couples.
Maybe it wasn't together for that long.
Yeah, it wasn't together. We ain't together for that long to see how we had certain obstacles. And as I said, we kind of packed down around the same time. So we ain't really outside to say, well, it's all them kind of obstacles to come through now, but you know, like the whole cheating and this and that, and you're outside, and I don't know which part it is, blah, 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 blah.
I mean, the only thing I could think of is the hardest obstacle is my attitude. Because he is a very calm person, and I have the tendency to get angry very fast or irritated. I should say not angry, irritated very quickly.
Definitely patience. Remember I told you earlier to get this and go up the road, make sure and pick up patience on the way home. Patience asking for the short trip. See the deep breaths, big man thing, people always tell me I'm talking shit. The deep breaths will go a long way. Before you reply, and then you answer. Instead of you lash out, create that tension. Nah. Take a deep breath. I know that is actually, but babe, I ain't feel like that is how you deal with that.
I mean, that's the biggest obstacle so far.
Yeah. That's not really an obstacle, dog.
Really
Any
obstacle,
relationship
but
does go through that tit for tat.
But that's the only thing.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the only thing I could think of. Because everything else is smooth sailing, more or less, because of how open we are with one another.
For sure. Yeah, for real, like, that's kind of cool about a lot to know, though.
And then
like, for real,
I just include you in my decisions, you just include me in your decisions, or your thought process, vice versa.
True.
So, I mean, it really had nothing so far. Knock on wood.
Yeah. And I'll tell you how the easy things is be when you just communicate now. When you genuinely communicate now, you understand? You will just communicate for talking sake. You understand? Like, communicate with a purpose now, boy. It'll be easy. However, it's good to just keep on our toes now, boy. You understand? So I like to be a little miserable here and there. But other than that, we good. We good.
I am not eating. Okay, unless it's Christmas morning and the plate have about 6 different meat with different sauce and thing on it, I am putting ketchup on that pasta. I am putting ketchup on that pasta.
Wicked.
I am putting ketchup on that pasta. I'm putting chow chow on that pasta, and I'm putting Bertie's on that pasta.
Yeah. Alright, Josh was suited.
Or they could fight me for they want.
Jesus in there for that.
Like,
Comment
share, and subscribe.
for more of the core couples.
On the next episode of the Core Season 3, Core Couples.
But still, boy.
That's just me. Only let me know if that's bother anybody else.
Your turn, no? Yeah.
I don't know what to say without, like, putting you up.
Whisper first.
Okay. Okay.
No. Some shit. If you break it, not that much, better you don't say it. Better you don't say it.
Oh, good.